in God. Please, what I'm explaining may not concern a lot of you here because you are not Christians. I'm talking to the kingdom. You may be in church, you are not a Christian. What we are doing in this fast is an escapade of love. We have passed the first layer, which most of us are still battling with. I have entered the deeper layer. Galatians 2:20, Paul said, I am crucified with Christ. I no longer the life I live in the flesh. I live not by my faith, but I live by the faith of the Son of God. Most of you are living by faith in God, but these men here, they live by the faith of God. Kingdom is in the capacity of lovers of that kingdom. The grace of and the dimensions of God in a territory is based on the number of men and women in that territory who are lovers of God. That's why we are having these teachings. It's not a teaching for information. There is a level of the moves of God that we want to achieve, which is only possible through lovers of the kingdom. How many of you know of John the Beloved, the man who received the revelations, the book of Revelation? That was a dangerous man of love. John the Beloved. He's the man they sent to die at Patmos, in the place where animals eat men up, where the sun scourges men and their skull comes out, was a place a man had all sorts of eschatological encounters of the end times. Why? Because he was called John the Beloved. Imagine a man, the Bible says he slept on the chest of Jesus. The Apostle John. Is that disciple who slept, who rested himself always at the chest of Jesus? The Peter himself will come and say, no, you know you have the key to the heart of Papa. Access some knowledge for us. They know they can't unless the man who has captured the heart of the heavens by love. I'm going to round up soon. I'll round up soon. At the soulish level is the level of dead men. With all your soul. So Paul will say in Philippians 1:21, say, what is life for me to live? Not that what the only point of life now is those things that Christ wants him to do. Outside that agenda, if that is why the man say, I have run the race, I have fought a good fight, I have finished my course. Now remaineth a crown of life. Are there Christians here like that? There is no love for God. Simple Sunday service is a problem. Let's begin from ordinary offering. Give 500. Not say 1,000. No. Give 500. It will be a problem. You will quarrel with man of God. Lovers of the kingdom. Problem we have is that most of us love our church and we don't love God. Most of us love our positions, our titles. We don't love God. Most of us love the activities of the Lord because they look beautiful. They make us part of religious servants. I noticed today many people always question, including the people who helped the Lord bring me to South Sudan. They will always ask, why and how did this young man become who he is? Extravagant love for God. He directed my life the day I met him. He took over the heart. Nothing was called pleasure unless that which pleased him. If you are a young man here, forget about pleasure. When you have suffered, pleasure will come. When I was getting married, they were shocked that this man even ever talked with a lady. Frankly, I was afraid of women. I couldn't even greet a lady. And when I came in the Lord, I knew greeting you like this was a sin. Nobody told me. It was my encounter that took over my heart. That's why I grew. That's why he appeared to me and showed me a land. And in less than 3 months, he gave me everything and said, go to that land, including your wife. I'm not a man at the roadside or a man who say, bro, can I do ministry here? Then I say, yes, I'll connect you. I came by the wings of the Spirit. I'm not the pastors who talk a lot of mysteries with the mouth and say a lot of big things and look like God in front of men, yet they are like ants before God. Coming on the subject of love, that is where levels are measured. This is where we measure our levels. Peter, do you love me? That is number one. Peter, do you love me more than this? That means I want to walk with those whose love is abroad. That is why the love of God is shed abroad. And it begins to constrain us. For years I was constrained by the love of God. For years I was constrained by the love of God. For years I didn't eat good food because I wanted to manage for God. Today people see me live a moderate life. If I was to be an arrogant, proud overseer, which money will I not have? What will I not do? What will I not wear? If I can order Kampala and wear white suit this week with purple, I can put protocol here 18 and enter here with style. This church will grow, but that is not ministry. I can arrange things here. Glory will be here, and yet the heavens are not aware there is a church here. Many of us have chosen ourselves. Jesus didn't select us because he selected from the vote of love. It is when he measures love that is commensurate to sacrifice. Then he counts you among his anointed. I'm that kind of man. Anywhere I go now, God will follow me. Anything I do, I can create a spiritual law now. Moses was the man who brought 10 commandments, break them all. God didn't accuse him because he had passed a level of mortality. This man had denied himself. He was having the entitlement of Pharaoh. He rejected the entitlement. He said when he came at age, study the Bible in Hebrew. He said when Moses came at age, that was 40 years. That was when he came to age. Realized, bro, this glory, the glory of this world, is not the glory of God. So he knew God promised his glory for Israel after 400 years. Where is your glory? Lord, this is not your glory. So he rejected that glory and went into the wilderness. This man traveled for 40 years in the wilderness. When he came out, him and God were equals. Exodus 7:2, Moses, I have made you a God unto Pharaoh. Brothers and sisters, if you take God as your pleasure, you will become a God soon. And taking God as your pleasure is a call for suffering. It's a call for suffering. And in 4 years of my life, I lived outside my will. 5 years I was still, 6 years I was still, and at the 7th year, around the 6th to the 7th year, God said, I will take you now. Showed me the land, showed me everything.